ForceFrame. So this is the new model. Little bit of a backstory. So this was originally called the groin bar. Great name, eh? We've got 6 sensors. So the 2 on the inside, 2 on the outside, and then the flat ones here. Basically, it is a 360-degree ForceFrame stable dynamometer, essentially. So it's an upgrade on a handheld dynamometer. It's fixed frame, so it's nice and solid, so you don't have to worry about any sort of reliability issues or anything along those lines. And we've got other things to make it even more reliable. So such as we can, while testing, we can sort of assign where the people's feet are. We've got numbers on the bar, which we can enter so we know exactly how the person tested the first time, and we can replicate the next time. So it doesn't matter if Joe Bloggs tested the first time and then someone else does, they know exactly what to do. Really simple to use. Turning it on, just tap it, don't hold it. So if you hold it, this will either go white or purple. If that's white or purple, it means it's in bootloader mode, which is where we do all our upgrades on this, and you won't be able to connect via Bluetooth.
That's what I could do the other there.
Yep. So little tap, and that's for everything. Just tap it for half a second, and that's all you need. Like you can see here, it's on. Orange just basically means it's medium battery charge. If it's green, it's full charge. If it's red, it's low charge. You might want to look at it. Now what we should see is if we log into the ForceFrame app. Awesome, okay, logged in. Here we are. So this is what the ForceFrame app looks like. Basically, there's not much to know about apart from like settings you don't need to know too much about unless you've got someone that's particularly weak. We have something called thresholds on here. So basically every time we're running a test, there's a specific amount of force that someone has to reach to register a rep. It's standardized across all the tests. It doesn't become an issue unless you have someone particularly weak.
Right.
And you'll be doing a test and you're like, this was working 2 minutes ago, why isn't it working? It's probably because they're not registering enough strength.
Right, okay.
So if you go into settings,
Baseline pretty low.
yeah, it's 100, I believe it's a baseline is a 75 newtons, so 7.5 kgs. And then basically for the rep to properly register, it has to drop below half of what the initial threshold is. So 38 newtons, so 3.8 kgs.
Right.
But basically you can come in here and you go settings again, and you go modify rep thresholds, and you can just basically scroll down, pick the one and change it for that person. Nothing you have to do at the moment, just know that that's there. It saves me a quick email and a quick call going, hey, the ForceFrame's broken.
First check that.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Cool, everything else, it's all set up in the back end, don't need to worry about it. The only other thing to note is if the Wi-Fi in here is a little bit iffy and you drop out of Wi-Fi during testing, it will save locally on here, but may not upload to Vald Hub. So if you're checking your data for a patient, it's not there, I'd go into the uploads and just have a look. And you can see here, my last 2 tests have been uploaded, but if they aren't, it will just say pending, and you just go upload all once you're back on Wi-Fi, and that will send it up.
Cool.
So those are the only 2 back-end things to know about. We've got 2 modes on here. So we've got the testing mode and we've got the training mode. We'll go through testing today. Training is a really cool feature where we can basically, once we've tested with someone, we get their max strength and everything, and then we can essentially program isometric holds for a period of time based off their max strength at a certain percentage. So it's a really cool way to show someone that they can produce force. So quite commonly people for like really acute Achilles tendinopathies or any sort of Achilles tendon injury, we'll get them doing isometric holds on here at a certain baseline. You've got to hold it, shows control and everything like that. We'll go through that in the second session, but let's just go straight into testing. So start testing. This is on, yep, awesome. You see the little Bluetooth shine up? After that, we come to our profiles page. So the best way to get your profiles in is actually through Vald Hub. If you have your own clients or anything, there's 2 options. You can upload individually, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. You know, they're coming in and then you go, okay, enter the details. For every patient, you need a first name, last name. You need their gender. There is an option for not like unspecified, but you don't get gender specific norms with that. So just be aware of that. You also need date of birth. So those are the main 4 you need. If you don't have that, you won't be able to create a profile and you won't be able to test on here. The other thing with profiles, we need to be categorized. There is categories and groups. So essentially they're just groups of people. They could be all your shoulder clients, they could be just all your older clients, it could be just all of your clients. It doesn't particularly matter, but every profile has to be assigned to a category and a group. So my recommendation, once you go into Vald Hub, just create a really non-specific category and just chuck them all in that. I've got a few ones here. We'll just use my one. That's the dummy one here. So we just click on the profile, and then from here we have all of the tests that we want to run pop up. Along the top, we've got the common tests. So those are basically the last tests that I've performed. So I can quickly just jump back into them, because you will start just doing the main tests that you typically want to do on here. And then we can also filter by body part. So hip and shoulder are the most common ones we see on here. And now with the V7 the crossbar, calf as well is pretty common on here. So anyone want to test anything particular?
Yeah, you do it.
What do you want to test?
Shoulder.
Shoulder? Perfect. The most common one we see with shoulder is internal external rotation, and we have the ability to test it at the same time. Same with hip internal external rotation. So you have all the options of abduction, adduction, extension, flexion, but right down the bottom we have shoulder internal external rotation. So we can click on that, and then from here we decide what position we want to do it in. So probably the two most common positions that we'll see people is supine, and we're getting them in neutral and they're just going internal external rotation at neutral, or we can get them in supine but lying horizontally and doing at 90 degrees abduction as well. For someone that's a little bit less mobile, we also have the option of rotating 90 degrees, pulling up to here, bringing in a chair and getting them sitting and doing internal external rotation here. So this is where this is really, really good, because you can get really creative with how you want to test. Yeah, those are the most common ones, but we'll do supine just normal. Yeah. Okay, so what we'll do, and so what I'm actually going to do, so I'll show everyone now. To raise up and down, you just click these two and slide up and down. To rotate, just there, rotates 360 degrees. It locks every 15 degrees. And then this one here is to adjust the width of where you want the hands. So pull out, slide across, lock in, like that. So that's narrow, and then you go like extra small. Can be a little bit fiddly, but once you get good at it, you're pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to set it up. Someone is also going to set up the test itself rather than me. I'll talk you through it. Who wants to go? Okay. Yep, so I will, and then we'll go one person on the iPad, one person setting up the hardware, and our lovely volunteer lying on your back, and we're going to go, so we're going to go actually the other way. So when you're facing towards it, this is the front, this is the right side, and this is the left side. So if we were facing the other way, it would have been measuring the right on the left and the left on the right. So yeah, for any hip or anything like that, we want to be facing this way. Perfect. So I'm going to get you to slide all the way. I'm sorry, what was your name again? Gianna. All right. So I'm going to lock this down. So make it nice and comfortable. Keep sliding in, keep sliding in, keep sliding in. Fantastic. All right. Who wants to set up the hardware? Perfect. All right, so we're going to get Gianna to tuck her hands in like that. So first things first, we want to lower down the ForceFrame so that basically the outside of her wrist is sitting where the pads are. And we're going to get you to tuck in here nicely. Perfect. Cool. And so this is where we sometimes just have to adjust as we're testing. So if we're doing external rotation, this is a pretty good setup. But for internal rotation, we'd probably have to get you to slide across to the right and slide across to the left so that we're not going, because we're testing in neutral, we're not testing across in 30 degrees internal rotation, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think that other one might not be locked in. I don't know if it's
Yep. So then what we do when we're running a test, and the first time you guys do this, it'll be slow, it's going to be a little bit clunky, but this is why I recommend practicing on each other. Yeah. So we're going to look and we're going to go supine neutral. That's the test we've got. So we've already got the option here. Click on that, continue. From here, down, if it's the first time that Gianna's testing, it will pop up with these options, but because I've done this before, it's at the bottom, it's already filtered what my position was, okay? But if we click on the position button, now from here, we just look at the bar height. So we're at 13. I'm actually going to go one lower. We're going to go 12. So yep. Perfect. Yep. Oh, is it a little bit, is it pressing on your stomach? It's okay? Just actually going to go 13 then, it's fine. So if we come around here, we can see bar height and we go 10, so we can just click on that, adjust to 13. First time we're testing with most people, this will be slow. The next time, 4 to 6 weeks later, it's gonna be so quick because you're just gonna sit and go, bar height 13, this was the position, bang, 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 and done, really quickly. So paddle position, it's locked in at extra small, which is fine. At the moment, with the new update, extra small is actually a new feature on the V7 crossbar, so we don't actually have it on the software. We're waiting for an update, it's coming. Product team's aware of it, it'll be in the next update. From there, just go narrow, doesn't matter. Save, and then bar rotation, we're at 0. Yep. Save there. The other way you can do this, if you want to make it a little bit more comfortable, rotate like that, slide that way a bit, Gianna. Yep. A little bit more, Yep. And then we can do it from there as well. Just if we want to get a little bit lower and we want to get a little bit more solid on there. So that's probably a little bit more comfortable, so we can just adjust that, that's fine. That's still neutral. Nice, and then all I would do is go, that's at 90 degrees now rather than 0, so just go to 90. So what we'll do is we'll quickly, so I've just saved those, and then what we'll do is we'll test and then we'll quit out of it and we'll just go back in, and I'm gonna get one of you two to set it up with using just that. Yeah. And we'll just say it'll be the exact same position. Cool. So what I'm gonna get you to do quickly is just not have your hands on either of the pads. So it's just gonna 0 here. And that's really important, so we don't want any pressure to remove any. So now what we can see, if we come around here, so you can see these two, it's hard to tell, but there's an orange and a blue line. And it's sitting along 0 degrees Newton, 0 newtons here. Right. Yep, so you can see the blue and the, yep. The green dotted line is the thresholds that we have to meet. Okay, so that's already set. So what I'm gonna get you to do is put your hands on the outside pads, just like that, and we can see it's starting to rise up. So when we're running a test, the main thing that we're doing with the ForceFrame to standardize it is we get people to take up a little bit of pre-tension. It's really important because we don't want, if I'm gonna get you, so this is not how you test, I want you to hit it. Oh, yeah. So you get that spike? Yeah. Yeah. So we don't want that, we want a little bit of pre-tension.
I see, yeah, so it's smooth, yeah.
Yep. Hold, and so 3, 2, 1, go. Push, and relax. Nice, perfect. So got above the threshold, so 103 newtons on the left and 92 on the right. So a 10% asymmetry between right and left.
I was scared, that's why.
That's fine. So let's go again. So we'll go again. So take up a little bit of pre-tension. So 3, 2, 1, go. Push, and down. And what we're seeing.
Oh, wow, it's even now.
Yep, perfect. And what we see is this is a perfect isometric test. So if people are doing that, that's exactly what you want to see.
Is it common that you would like hey, she was just a bit nervous, you do it a couple of times?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, okay, yeah. So what I would do typically, for time's sake in a allied health practitioner's space, I would recommend 2 tests. Yeah. And if both tests are within about 10% of each other, then it's all good. Yeah. If it's outside 10%, then I would go, let's do another one. Yeah. In an ideal world, we're probably doing 3 to 5 tests, to be honest. But in allied health, we don't have that time. So I always just say 2 tests. If they're within about 10%, you're all good.
And you just take the best number, or
you can do both if you want to. So that's where, if we're looking at the data, it will tell us, if I click on this test itself, in Vald Hub later, we can also look at max versus average and everything along those lines. So if I'm just quickly explain that, I'd say, Gianni, you're 10 kgs on the left, 10 kgs on the right, 1% asymmetry, fantastic. External rotation is good.
Is that a good score?
It won't say, it's going to say 20th percentile, because that is for a 29-year-old male, because it's my profile. So that's fine. Let's say for a 29-year-old male, I play, my main sport has always been football, soccer, so there's no real point in me getting massively big up through here. If I come with a shoulder injury and I'm like, I can't really take a throw in, probably the main thing that I want to get back to is being able to take a throw in without any pain. I don't necessarily need to be ripping 15, 20 kilos, as long as that's right versus left, and they're like, okay, you know what, if let's say this was my data and you go, let's say that first test where that 10% asymmetry was there, and while I was sitting in the 20th percentile, I was like, that's probably the reason. Let's improve that right side. Let's get you back to neutral. Let's get you back to 1% asymmetry or whatever it is. And then has that improved your symptoms? Fantastic, you're good to go. If that was a rugby player and he's like, I can't tackle, that's a completely different ball game, right? So that's where we also have, so we have our normative data that overlays within the app itself, and that is health, general health normative data. So basically it is, we take out all our performance clients and tactical clients, and for the most part, it's like we've got a lot of data points, but if it doesn't have it up on there, it's because we don't have enough tests to confidently say that that's the normative data. But for sort of like Gen Pop, probably like 20 to 50, we have most tests there. And then we can say you're sitting in the 20th percentile, not really, but 20th percentile, we want to see that improve. We also have specific normative data for specific sports and activities. The other things that you can look at, and we would have to queue it, is something along the lines of like RFD, so rate of force development. So that's a really good feature. So if we're talking about that rugby player again, so they've come in with a shoulder injury, they can't tackle, their rotator cuff strength on their right side is way weaker than the left side. You improve that, fantastic, awesome. But we know that tackling doesn't happen down here or here, and not in a controlled environment. So then we're looking at, can they actually contract and produce force fast, similar to the other side? And so we can measure that as well. So let's just go one more time. So take up a bit of pre-tension. Yep, head down. 3, 2, 1, go. Give it all, go, 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 go. Down. 103 and 110 newtons.
Oh, there you go.
So queuing, I know I screamed at you, but queuing is really important. So that's like, this is really, really valid, really reliable, and everything like that. But if you're Monday morning, you're tired, and the first time you're doing it, come on, let's go, let's do it. And then it's like a Thursday afternoon, you're going out for dinner and you're really excited, and it's the last patient of the day and you're like, let's go, like really excited. You're gonna get an improvement of strength regardless if they actually have improved it by just queuing them differently.
Yeah, right.
So just make sure that I was always, when I did this stuff as working as a physio, it was just always 3, 2, 1, push, 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 push. That was all I did. Like I didn't go more intense or less intense, that was what I did. But just as long as you standardize that sort of stuff, that is another thing that we need to be careful of. But you can see here, it's tracked it. It's tracked the improvement. We've got the graph here to show you, and then it's also changed the percentage change as well. It's cool. Any questions about testing on that? We'll go through another quick test. So let's just upload. Let's go change the test protocol. Okay. Sorry, what was your name again?
James.
James. Jump on there. Pick a test for Gianna to do, and I'll set it up very quickly. I'm going to pick this up so we're not locking you in.
I'll try and pick one.
You want to try a neck one? Do you want to do a neck strength? Yep.
Ooh.
Yep. So this has actually become a really popular one. So concussion, MMA athletes, everything along those lines have really grown, and the need for neck strength. There's a lot of research to come out in terms of if neck extension strength is greater than neck flexion strength, the chance of concussion reduces by about 13%.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool. But it's also done alongside, we've got some clients that will do like pre-season screening for concussion, so like the SCAT 5, SCAT 6 or SCAT 5 or whatever they do, their balance assessment and also neck strength now. And not when that athlete gets concussed, they have to pass the SCAT 5 or SCAT 6, they have to pass their balance assessment, they have to actually get their neck strength back to where it was. So what one do you want to choose?
What was it? Neck extension?
Quadruped? Yep, cool. So neck extension quadruped.
And I was doing
Anyone have any ideas how to set that up?
some
Would
sort
be
of,
like
would be like
something
maybe
on
sitting.
the back of the tank.
Flip it 180 degrees. So we're going to get you on all fours facing this way. And we're going to, yep, and we're going to get the back of your head lined up with this. Cool. So, yep. And I'll just drop it down. So you don't have to lift your head up, just go into a neutral position. We're just going to drop down. We're going to get you to just move your legs back a touch. Yeah, that's perfect. Cool. So from there, neck extension, yep. Cool, so, and then again, so if, James, you want to just have a quick look at the bar? So 22 instead of 23. It's already set at 180 degrees because that's always going to be the position for this test. And it's the flat pad, which is F.
Yeah, that's right. Cool.
Yep, and then just go save. Yep, perfect, and go start. So
Where should this be on my
just
head?
on the back of the head. Is that comfortable there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it's
running.
It's running? Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit of pre-tension up.
Okay.
Yep. And what I want you to do is not pull from here, so we're not doing a thoracic flexion, just up from here. So 3, 2, 1, go. Push, 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 and relax. Awesome. One more time. 3, 2, 1, go. Push, 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 and relax. So it doesn't actually particularly matter what flat pad. So it comes up with blue on here because it's the left flat pad that we're testing, but it doesn't particularly matter because it's not a lateral test. So 139 newtons, so nearly 14 kgs of neck extension strength.
Strong neck.
Perfect.
This one, it looks like you could have 2 patients. And
Are you, I don't know. I don't think it would test like that, but it's something to play around with. That'd be actually quite a cool one. For neck flexion, there's 2 ways to do it. You can do it in supine and lifting up, but you can also just do it down that way. Yeah, that's a really quick overview. Main thing, it's kind of like riding a bike. Like, just get used to and get comfortable with just up, down. This is sliding quite well, knowing where your degrees are. To be honest, most of the time you're just going to go 0, 90, 180, 270. So you don't have to worry too much, but just knowing where that is, just to do it quickly. And these ones are a little bit fiddly, but just getting comfortable with them.